Alright, hello again people. So, we're 3 albums deep now, it's time for Bring Me The Horizon's 3rd studio album. There is a hell, believe me, I've seen it. There is a heaven, let's keep it a secret. I have no idea how to abbreviate that, so let's just call it Guy with a Dagger. Never heard any single songs from this album. Again, it's another one of those ones that I've seen the album art for, but that's about it. That's the extent of what I've seen. This is 2 songs longer than the previous albums, and in terms of its plays, per track, its most popular track only has 31 million plays, which is its first song, Crucify Me, featuring Lights, which is obviously the one we're going to be starting with. So, I'm excited to get going, I can't lie. The previous 2 albums have been educational, to say the least, because I don't expect to hear that sort of style from Bring Me The Horizon. The Bring Me that I've heard anyway, I wouldn't expect to hear XYZ from, from Suicide Season and Count Your Blessings, so I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to dive straight in because I want to hear what this album is like, so let's begin with Crucify Me. Alright, well, straight away we're starting completely differently to the previous 2 albums. Already sounds a lot more timid. Oh, I've just realised it's 6 minutes long, god damn. The instrumentals are a lot better than the previous 2 albums already. It actually sounds like it's got some form of structure and rhythm to it. I can follow it along easier, basically. In terms of Ollie's vocals so far on this track, they really are taking the cleaner approach that was shown in many aspects of Suicide Season and just going for that instead of what they started off with in Count Your Blessings, which is nice. I appreciate that. Not sure how to feel about the Sega Genesis type chiptune noises in the vocal though. A bit off topic, but something I really like about what I've noticed that they do in a lot of their songs is they call back to previous songs. For example, in That's the Spirit, Throne, one of the lines is, I was an ocean lost in the open, which is, if I was to guess, is a reference to him saying, I am an ocean, I am the sea. It just makes sense. And especially in the same song as well, they say, keep me black and blue, or something like that. And of course there's a song on Count Your Blessings called Black and Blue, so. Ooh. Very interesting first song. I quite like that. Of course, it's still quite cathartic, much like the previous songs in its pace and how high intensity it is, and that's just constant. I'm not seeing a lot of the metalcore aspects just yet that Bring Me are known for, so we're maybe still in the evolution phases. But of course, if I'm correct in saying, the next album after this is Sempiternal, so unless there's a song that does similar things to what a majority of songs on Sempiternal do, and they were praised for it, then obviously that's probably why Sempiternal's the way it is. But yeah, keeping on topic, good start. Let's go straight on to the second song, which is Anthem. 4 minutes and a half. Well, no, just over half. Can I just hear a blast? Oh. Oh. That breakdown, holy shit. What on earth? We're still on the same track. Still 40 seconds to go. So that was, the ending is definitely designed to be a transition into the start of the next song, which is understandable. So yeah, that was okay, I suppose. It was very repetitive, but it went quite quick for 4 minutes, I suppose. But yeah, that's about it. It was just very repetitive, like a lot of the other songs were on the previous two albums, which is one of the biggest flaws I see with songs in these albums so far. They're just incredibly repetitive. So let's hope this next one's not the same. So next we have Fuck featuring Josh. Francie, something like that. I'm shit with names. Oh, that guitar. Ooh. Alright, well that was Fuck. I enjoyed that one. I quite enjoyed the vocal style of it. The instrumental was pretty good as well. It gets halfway, does a bit of a slow switch, which took a bit too long, admittedly, for my taste. But then as soon as the feature kicks in, oh my god, his voice is amazing. I quite enjoyed that one. Probably my favourite so far, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, I'm happy so far. The Fox and the Wolf feat Josh Scoggin. You said you can't get through it. Alright, that was decent. Very short. That was a very short one. Oh, hang on. No, wait. It's just skipped to the very last song. We've missed some. Okay, this makes sense. I've had shuffle turned on. I'm an idiot. I apologise. So we've now listened to the final song before the final song. It sounds more like an it sounds more like an outro song anyway. So we've heard Crucify Me, we've heard Anthem, and we've heard Fuck. We didn't listen to It Never Ends, so that's where we are now. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't even realise. So It Never Ends. Let's check that out. Alright, that was It Never Ends. Interesting track. Again, more of the same formula where it's just a lot of fast and frantic screaming. But it is what it is, I suppose. It was what there was at the time, and I can't expect it to be anything different if that's what their identity was, but obviously we keep moving. So next up we have Don't Go featuring Lights yet again. Which this is the most played song on the album. Not the first one. If I said it was the first one before, ignore me, I'm an idiot.
In the valley there were shadows and death. Got out alive but with scars I can't forget with a sigh. Stabbed on his face, an impression in the dirt. To your face a silence makes a good man convert.
Using this more emotional screaming a lot in this album, I've noticed so far.
Forgive me for all my sins. God forgive me for everything. God forgive you for staying with me tonight.
Let you in, just want out. I tell you the truth, you'll fight for your life, and you're not going anywhere. Tell me that you hate me 'cause I love you so much. Tell me that you love me 'cause I need you so much. I need you so much.
Save me from the ones that hurt me in the night. I can't live with myself, so stay with me tonight. Oh God, oh God.
Alright, that was definitely designed to be one of the more emotional sort of songs. There's definitely some deep emotional rooting going on throughout this album so far. But yeah, that were a fine enough song. I can see why it's got the most listens out of any of the other songs on this album, Spotify wise anyway, but it's not really my cup of tea, but you know, let's carry on. Sweet Home Hole. Oh. Now this sounds like it's from the previous two albums.
Your stories are just works of fiction. The roof is crashing down. The truth is slipping out. I've done it again. Your neck. So get the death. Well, let me go with it. You know where you lie. Like a loser around your neck. So never what you say. Tell me never what you wish for.
Interesting. Okay. Again, another one that's quite high in its energy and blends in those more melodic styles a bit more frequently than I'd expect it to. But at the same time, it's welcome. That was all right. I didn't mind that too much. But again, it's still not. It's not my cup of tea. It's not something I'd have on my playlist. Alligator Blood. Oh god. Sounds heavy. Okay. A lot of these songs are starting to become more like what I was experiencing during Count Your Blessings, where they were all quite repetitive and they just weren't exactly holding my interest for too long. But we've only got 4 songs left to go, so let's hope the final 4 can pick us up a bit better. So we've got Visions up next. You can just tell by looking at the lyrics straight away that I've got on screen that it's going to start the exact same as every other song. And that's the problem I've got with these earlier albums. Amazing instrumental. And as soon as it starts, it's either going to be a very fast, this is a call to arms, so grab your guns and get your horses, or a bit more of a intense, this is a call to arms sort of thing. And there you go, the first one was correct. silence before parts like that is quite off-putting. And that was Visions. Yeah, that one didn't really have me interested whatsoever. I can see the appeal behind this style of music. Don't get me wrong. I understand people love the adrenaline when they're listening to music, especially metal music. So they want it to be fast and they want it to be furious. But at the same time, when it sounds like that all the time, when there's nothing unique about it, and it's just, guitar thrash and drum smash after smash, with the same tone of voice of scream after scream, just going on for 4 minutes and 4 minutes, getting in as many lyrics as you can in that space of time. It gets a bit boring, admittedly. But yeah, let's just hope the final three can pick up. Blacklist.
Where you're bearing his fucking cross. With friends like you, no need enemies. With friends like helping good, only you're always a freak. Always still seem to love you. We started this together and it should have stuck. And there's no real.
This song's really not doing it for me. I don't know if it's the instrumental being too slow, the vocals being very, not repetitive, but very tonally the same. There's no variation at all in what's going on here. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind slower songs in this genre. For example, one of my favourite songs going at the moment is Aerials by System of a Down, and that song is far from adrenaline-inducing. Or something like Purity from Slipknot's self-titled album. Those are slower songs that I can get behind. The one that kills the least, again from Slipknot, is another one of those songs that I can get behind in being a slower song, just because they're actually alright. I think it's the vocal style really. The instrumental's fine, but again it's just fine. Like even a guitar riff like that I normally enjoy, but that's just a little bit boring. Yeah, that one was quite boring. That's probably my least favourite of the album. Memorial next. It says no lyrics found. Interesting. So is this an instrumental? Well, it can't be. It says explicit. So I just don't think Spotify has the lyrics for this one. Okay. It sounds like video game music. You know what I mean? Like a closing scene. Or credits or Minecraft. But it's a nice change of pace for a moment. It's actually quite soothing. That was such a wonderful change of pace for a moment. It really got me in my feels for a second then. That was very soothing. But based on the way that this next track, Blessing with a Curse, has just started to fade into my ears, that is definitely designed to be served as an introduction to Blessed with a Curse. So if this was to be played live, that's the way it would go. Now, Blessed with a Curse will be our final song because I've already spoiled The Fox and the Wolf. So yeah, this is again one of the higher listened to songs. This is actually the third highest listened to song on the album. Oh no, wait. Am I stupid? There's one hit. It Never Ends has 47 million plays. I'm so stupid. I'm very dyslexic. I apologise. This is the 4th most played song on the album, so let's get it. I'm really hoping it follows the tonal vibe of the previous song and not just throw me straight into heavy metal. If the metal gets introduced, that's fine, but I want it to continue on from that. You know, make it like a snuff or a one more light or heavy, you know what I mean? When I say heavy, I don't mean heavy metal, I mean the Linkin Park song. Okay. Are we finally going to get to hear clean Ollie Sykes? Uninterrupted? No.
Ever since this began, I was blessed with a curse. And for better or for worse, it's the stone, it turns to stone. So have you always been on my own? Take back the past because everything I done turns to stone, turns to stone.
Oh, that's a brilliant guitar riff. Boy. Alright, and that does it for the album. There is Hell Believe Me, I've Seen It. There is Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret. My favourite song on the album is quite probably Blessed with a Curse, the one we've just listened to, because that was refreshing. Don't get me wrong, there's some songs on the album that I wouldn't mind listening to again, but that was a standout. It's the Vermilion Part 2 of the album, so yeah, I quite enjoyed that. So, next up, on the next video, I believe it will be Sempiternal. If I am not mistaken. Yes, Sempiternal, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is still Bring Me the Horizon's most popular album. And of course, the one that infamously introduces the Giga Chad theme song, which, of course, everyone already knows. So, yeah. This is probably not my favourite one so far. I think Suicide Season was better. But it makes some steps to improvement on what Suicide Season does. Just doesn't quite, nail it on the head just yet. But for now, thanks for tuning in again, and I'll see you when we take a listen to Sempiternal.